3592200. Oh, hi. Can I speak to Bob Huffam, please? He's a lawyer in the Corporate Governance Directorate.
Bob Hoffman, yeah?
Yeah, Bob Huffam.
Bob Huffam.
Bob, it's Martin Smith. Have you got 5 minutes, please?
As long as it's only 5.
Yeah, it is roughly. I think Tonya might have gone on holiday for a little while, and her light sort of situation has been switched off over the last 3 nights. But today we had a hearing at Hendon Court with this Nereza staff business. So we're going to go to Crown Court, and where Nereza staff is prosecuting me. But I've also been given the green light where I can prosecute her. So I'm going to prosecute Raj, Pauline, Lisa, Keno, and you can come to my house, Bob. You can see that Keno is kicking over my CCTV camera, and yet the old Bill are doing nothing about it. And it includes Sarah Wigley. So I've been given the green light to bring up criminal prosecutions against Barnet Homes, Nereza staff for conspiracy to pervert the course of justice with Lisa Mayer. You guys compensated Lisa Mayer, giving her new furniture, changing her locks before I even got convicted. Lisa Mayer then used that to enhance her case against me with the police and in court. So I'm going to have her up for perjury now. I've been given the green light. And the Nereza staff entered into that conspiracy because John Bangs and Amanda Russell were looking into, and I now know looking into Lisa Mayer. And now I know for sure that priority intervention team has got Nanda Grazia in there, Nereza staff in there, and every time that I think that they're supposed to be helping me out, they're not. I'm the one in this street with the evidence. You guys are just working on innuendo, and I'm going to prosecute you for it. That's Barnet Homes, Bob. So I'm just giving you an update that we're going to go to Crown Court, and I've been given a green light to bring stuff against everyone else. Okay, mate. Please write to Tonya, though, about this light pollution harassment thing, because it is real, and it will get dealt with, I promise you. Just like it did with Philip Muircroft. The judge looked at one photograph and then told him to behave. And I suffered 2 years because Nanda Grazia couldn't pull her finger out. The whole history of my tenancy with Barnet Homes, even before I moved in here, I was getting blamed for the breakages in the temporary accommodation. That's how I got moved in here. Nanda Grazia wanted to evict me. So my housing points went sky high. One more minute. I moved into Torrington Park Road, North Finchley. At midnight I took a shower. The shower unit heats the water itself, but the nozzle seized up, but it kept pumping the water and heating it. Bang! The nozzle exploded. I ended up scalded on the right hand side of my body. Next thing, half an hour later, the guys in the flat upstairs come home and they have a shower. It rains down through my bathroom ceiling. It turned out 2 years later we found out the plumber had not connected the water drainage from on the bottom of the shower. They weren't connected. It took 2 years, and I was getting the blame for it all the time. The immersion heater was a Russian immersion heater. It had 6 elements. 2 of them shorted out. One morning I got woken up and the pipes were shaking. Luckily I'm a scientist. If I'd have opened those taps it would have blown up. So I pulled the switch. Where was the switch? Underneath the actual kitchen sink. And you know the U-bend on the sink? It was cross-threaded. Every time I emptied the sink it sprayed water straight onto the immersion heater switch. And I was getting blamed for it. Check it out, check the records. I got top-notch housing points because Tom Mahoney said, stop blaming Martin, it's these disastrous housing agreements you got with these Christian housing groups, dangerous accommodation. And it's funny because 6 weeks later there was an immersion heater exploded over in Harrow and I think 2 kids got killed. And then there was another one where some woman was in the Barnet Press, her immersion heater, the wiring was all out and she was getting electric shocks. And we, the tenants, are getting blamed by it. That's how deep it's going to go now in that Crown Court. And the Reserve Staff is going to hand over every record of me with Lisa. The day I moved in with Lisa, it's Pauline and it's Lisa. I now know it. You can come and listen to the phone calls yourself, Bob. Pauline's got it in her head that I'm a peeping Tom and I can see through her house. And yet Lisa is defending me, saying, no, Pauline, he can't see in your house. I've been in his house. The police have told him he can use his CCTV. Why? Because I was getting racist abuse off of an African female key worker who kept driving in here on her mobile phone, crashed into my mate's car twice on her mobile phone, administering Alzheimer's medication on her mobile phone. That's why I put the CCTV camera up, because I was getting racist, and Lisa will back me up on that 100%, because tonight, Bob, or definitely over the week, I'm going to publish that phone call. It's the one phone call I forgot to put on YouTube, but I swore blind to the magistrates last year that it was on YouTube. I was shocked to find that it wasn't, but I'm putting that phone call up where Lisa's phoning me up saying there are 4 neighbours in this street, and then she named them. It turned into 8. So it's bullshit from start. Eddie next door has got learning difficulties. He learned it. He heard it the other day. Within a minute, he sussed out that Lisa was bullshitting. And this is all coming from Pauline, who has never spoken a word to me since the day I moved in. He's a peeping Tom. He's this, he's that. And in 2010, when I found out that Lisa was banned from those cats, it's since then that she's been saying to people, he left my house full of shit. It's been since 2010 Raj hasn't really spoken to me properly. And one other thing, Raj is the landlord from hell. He's got a second house, £250 a week on housing benefit. He had to move his tenant out. He was blaming the tenant for flooding the kitchen while she's doing the washing up. I went down there to do the job. Pulled out the washing machine where Raj had installed it. He hadn't tightened up the red pipe. It had been continuously dripping for something like 3 years. The whole cavity under the house was full to the flooring boards. And all he wanted to do was stick lino over it and get his tenant back in. I bet you it's still full to this day. Raj is a landlord from hell. There's one reason why Raj can't stand me anymore. And it's all sprung out of Lisa being discovered, being banned from owning those cats, because in 2010, March, she did exactly the same as what she did last year. When it gets to her birthday, she sods off for a week. And I reported to John Bangs and Amanda, this is one reason why John Bangs and Amanda Russell got on my side. John came down here and he watched video of Lisa slagging me off to a guy who'd only lived here for 6 weeks. She's asking him, could you take the key from my flat for a week to look after my cats? This guy's begging all the excuses not to get involved. And then he's turned around and said, who's that guy over there? Because on New Year's Eve 2010, I saw this guy punch his daughter. I phoned the old bill. It took about 6 weeks for them to catch up with him. It turned out there was domestic violence in that family. The missus was inside and that kid's a ward of court. Because of my phone call reporting him, he had to go to court and get his daughter back. Now he's telling Lisa that if he finds out that it's me, he's going to rip my fucking head off my shoulders. And Lisa's going, yeah, he is psychotic. I'm building up a case. That's why I'm parking the car on the plate. It's all there. And John Bangs saw it. He knows about it, and that's why he and Amanda Russell were on my side, because they realised that Lisa is spreading cancer. And the cops that came in my house, they came to arrest me. I showed them in my house the shit and what Lisa was doing. They said, you are the pillar of the community for having a CCTV camera to help protect your neighbours from burglars and other goings-on that are going on in this area. And they said that Lisa Mayer is defaming and harassing your character. They wanted to nick her. And you know what, Bob? I had my camera on under my t-shirt. But the data is a little bit corrupt. You go to YouTube, Cops in My House, that's when we're out in the street. Cops in My House Part 2, that YouTube wouldn't allow the data. But I think because Barnet Council has gone, oh, shut this one down, they've looked at it, realised my data's a bit, they put software up that fixes problems. Anyway, I didn't want to take up too much time, but it's all out war now, and the Reserve Staff is going to have to hand over all the records from the moment I moved in and from before I moved in. Because I've been harassed by that council since the second I moved in. Right, and I've just proved that that cannabis plant was planted there. That's not on the charge sheet anymore. And the magistrate realised that that plant was used by Nereza staff to get her case going. You understand?
Yeah.
It's been I've rumbled it years ago, and now I'm going to expose it. So basically, the bottom line is, there is a housing officer here, David Davis. He needs to speak to me. Because I'm going to put Lisa Mayer in jail for perjury. It's as plain as day.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry to give you a bit of ear bashing, but you've got to understand, I've reached the sledgehammer mode now. I can't handle it anymore. It's not fair.
Okay.
Bob, thank you very much, mate.
Yeah,
Please
my
just
pleasure.
keep talking for a little bit between us.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I've made a full note of what you've said.
Well, theoretically, I've recorded what we just said. If you want any copies, you're entitled to them. Then, Bob, I do know I've put you on YouTube. If you ask me, I will take it down as a show of good faith. It's the same with the whole thing. I will take it down once I know Lisa, the pressure is off from Lisa. You understand?
I don't know what I'm on for. I can't get YouTube. I have no interest in modern technology. I've got to be
Mate,
honest.
neither have I. Neither have I. I swear to you, I hate it. But when I was in temporary accommodation, I wrote an astronomy book, and I learned the computer language, and I wrote 14 computer programs. If you just go on the net and type speed of light abacus, I built an abacus that works on the speed of light. And it's still there. But Margaret Martinez reckoned it was a very unsavoury website, but going back to 3 years. Go there, Bob. I did all that work while I was in temporary accommodation. I didn't spend my time drinking and smoking drugs. I fucking worked my balls off because it was free electricity. 36 hours a day, non-stop. And I created a whole astronomy book and a whole set of computer programs to go with it. The bank manager gave me $1.5 grand to get a printer, but it never got paid off. And then Nanda went and fucked me up. I could never get it off the ground since the day I moved in here. Mate, thanks for listening. If you want any copies, Bob, I've got them. I'm quite happy to share them. You're entitled to come to my house and sort this problem out. It's all Lisa and it's all Pauline. And don't forget, Lisa Mayer has got a massive history of picking on neighbours in this street. And Richard Moore, number 5A, he died because of what Lisa Mayer did. She slave drove him. And when I made him realise it, you should have seen the depression he went into. He just stayed in his bed. He even told me and the police simultaneously to fuck off, leave me alone. And Lisa did that to him. Mate, we do need to keep in touch just so it's all friendly and that, and I need to update you now and again.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
But I'm definitely going to prosecute people now that I've been given the green light by Hendon, Magistrates Court. Okay, Bob, have a good weekend or whatever, and one day we might have a beer. I'll see you later.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot, Bob. Thanks, bye.